The late 90s, a small studio from Chicago called Bungie was known for making weird, ambitious games, mostly for the Mac. They weren't giants of the industry, just a scrappy group of programmers who loved breaking rules. No one, not even Bungie themselves, could have predicted that they'd one day create one of the most important video games in history. Before Halo, Combat Evolved became the game that saved Microsoft's Xbox. It was something else entirely. A real-time strategy game, a third-person shooter, and at one point, it wasn't even on Xbox at all. This is the story of Halo, Combat Evolved, and how chaos, crunch, and one risky buyout created a legend. Chapter 1: The Birth of Halo. In 1997, Bungie had just finished Myth, The Fallen Lords, a dark fantasy strategy game that gained a small but loyal fan base. After that success, the team began tinkering with a new idea, a 3D sci-fi RTS that would blend vehicles, infantry, and alien landscapes. They called it Halo. Early versions were simple. Players controlled units from above with rolling green hills and hover tanks that moved in real time. But when Bungie's programmers gave players direct control of a single soldier, something changed. The top-down camera dropped behind the character's shoulder, and suddenly the game felt alive. They weren't just commanding troops anymore. They were the soldiers. That single design choice would change the direction of Halo forever. Chapter 2: Apple's Golden Child.
Starting to see some great games come back to the Mac, but this is one of the coolest I've ever seen. This game is going to ship early next year from Bungie, and this is the first time anybody has ever seen it. It's the first time they've debuted it. And so I'm very happy to welcome on the stage Jason Jones, who is the co-founder of Bungie and the Halo project lead. Halo is the name of this game, and we're going to see, for the first time, Halo. Welcome, Jason.
Thanks, Steve. Yep. Everything you're about to see is being rendered in real time on a Macintosh using OpenGL.
At Macworld 1999, Apple showed off Bungie's new project to the world. A cinematic trailer rolled on screen, sprawling terrain, real-time lighting, AI battles, and physics-driven vehicles. It looked like nothing else. The audience erupted. Halo instantly became one of the most anticipated PC and Mac games ever made. But behind the scenes, Bungie was struggling. Their engine was unstable and development costs were rising fast. The company was running out of money. They needed help, and that's when Microsoft showed up. Chapter 3: Microsoft steps in.
This is the product that will be out later this year, and there's an amazing amount going on. Working with partners who help build the hardware, working with the software developers, working with the retailers. The program around this thing is really quite phenomenal. But the box itself is another thing that we put a lot of energy into. So you may have been wondering what this draped device was here. This is the Xbox. And so, for the first time, let me now unveil Xbox.
In 2000, Microsoft was preparing to enter the console market. Their new system, the Xbox, needed a game that would sell it. When they saw Halo, they knew this was the one. Microsoft bought Bungie outright in mid-2000. The deal shocked everyone, especially Apple fans. Halo, once the crown jewel of Mac gaming, was now a Microsoft exclusive. But the real challenge was just beginning. Bungie had less than a year to completely rebuild Halo, turning it from a third-person PC game into a first-person console shooter. It was a monumental task, and nobody knew if they could pull it off. Chapter 4: The Crunch to Launch. The shift to first-person was brutal. The game engine had to be rewritten almost entirely. Animations, lighting, even AI routines, everything broke at least once. Developers were working 16-hour days, sleeping under their desks. The now famous Warthog, Halo's all-terrain vehicle, often launched hundreds of feet into the air during testing. It was chaos, and somehow, Out of that chaos came brilliance. Multiplayer, one of the most iconic features in Halo's legacy, was added only months before release. Bungie barely had time to test it, but when they did, it worked, and everyone knew this was something special. Chapter 5, Launch Day.
Xbox rules! I don't care what people say, Xbox is the game to play! Yeah! Xbox!
I'm hoping to walk out with a cardboard box that says Xbox on it, go home and have a really good time.
Welcome. How you doing, man? You back? Great.
Thank you, buddy. It's given me a life. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I love the game.
How you doing? Good.
Alright, you guys want coffee and donuts? Come all the way from England by our first Xbox today.
So you planned a whole vacation on this?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I took vacation starting last week just so I could be here. So I saved my whole vacation for the whole year.
Xbox Fever! That's what it's called.
On November 15th, 2001, Halo Combat Evolved launched alongside the Xbox. The reviews were instant and overwhelming. Critics called it revolutionary. Console shooters finally felt right. LAN parties became weekend rituals. Couch co-op defined a generation.
Right now, we have this game going here, which is 16. Downstairs, I was just down there. They probably by now have at least a 16 game going on. They keep on bringing in more stuff, and it seems to be expanding.
And in just a few weeks, Halo wasn't just a launch title. It was the reason to own an Xbox. Without Halo, Microsoft's console might have failed before it began. With it, they became a permanent force in gaming. Chapter 6, Legacy. Halo went on to spawn one of the biggest franchises in gaming history. But Combat Evolved was where it all started. A game born from chaos, built on exhaustion, and finished by sheer willpower. From a real-time strategy experiment to the first true console shooter masterpiece. It didn't just evolve combat, it evolved gaming itself.